and you said something quite succinct there, that this money can actually impact climate change. And I think that's important, but at the end of the day, we still have to get the credit out there. And one of the ways that the banks can provide more capacity is if the risk is better managed. And so even in the report that General Wisely and Errol Issa put together, they said the insurance community plays a real role, just as the bank does, in establishing the framework in which creates that kind of uniformity and consistency. And so bringing that credit to the table is critical. And so one of the key players in the energy space is coming in is surety. Surety generally hasn't been in the energy space because it's been run by utilities, and surety has been more in the public work sector. But the private sector is now looking for financial products to manage risk so that more capacity can come out. And so, Mike, you joined me in Texas last year for when the summit was in person. But yep. Mike Bond from Hermes has been one of the leaders in creating financial products that are tailored to the energy space. So, Mike, why don't you touch base a little bit on your efforts?
Sure, Dixon. And first of all, I'm very happy to be here and speaking today. I'm the head of surety for Euler Hermes, which is a global credit and surety company, and we have extensive exposure to the energy sector. But really, my joy in being here is often surety and new financial tools aren't generally mentioned in the same sentence. I mean, surety is a product that's been around for a long time, and I think it's resisted change. But in spite of that, I think we have a pivotal role in the development of energy projects, and especially renewable. You know, if you're not aware, surety provides performance security in the form of a surety bond for projects, for project completion, for license and permit, for restoration, and even bonding long-term interconnection commitments. So surety does have an important role in these projects, and a bondable project is also a project which can be financed. So that I think that leads to successful projects if you can bring all those pieces together. But like John, for me to do my underwriting and due diligence, I need to look at a lot of data. So I'm looking at data from the sponsors and their financials. I'm looking at the project projections. I'm looking at the technology, and that's only at the beginning. And if my bond is in place through the life of the project, which often they are, I want data through the whole entire life cycle of that project. And because of all that, I'm a massive consumer of data. And the more that we can package that data in a way which is standard, digital, and portable, it allows me to consume that data that much better throughout our support. And I think it's logical, right? I mean, and I like Jan's analogy to candy. I mean, I want to eat the candy because that's sweet, right? I don't want to have to get a submission in a PDF format and spend my time, putting the data in field by field, because in a lot of cases, let me tell you, that's what we're doing. And the easier it is for us to consume that data, the more likely it is that we will want to have a positive outcome with that information. I mean, it's logical, right? If it comes to me in a way that I can import into my system, I can manipulate that data. I can analyze it. I can underwrite it, not just in the beginning when we first commit to the project, but during the entire life of that project. I mean, if I can do that, I'm much more willing to entertain a project. I'm much more willing to extend surety credit, and to do it in a way, in a cost-effective way. If I'm having to manually plow through the information and I'm getting reports in a way that I can't consume in an efficient way, it's going to be much more difficult for me to say yes to a project. And surety does have a role in these projects, and without the surety bond, often the projects can't move forward. So, I'm a big supporter of that, the data standardization, portability, whether it's the orange button or some other format where we can consume the data, process the data, and use it in a way that leads to successful projects. So thanks again for letting me speak for a few minutes on surety and the benefits of surety.
Mike, thank you.